Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Hey there. Subscribe to my channel. And also press this bell icon, so you never miss any new updates, cause whenever we upload new videos.
Today onwards, I'm just going to start here onwards. An important topic which I'm going to start is I'm just starting with the control statements. I'm starting here. That is the control statements as I'm starting in this case. You see. Well, first of all, what is the control statement? What is the control statement? My question is, what is the control statement? That is one very, very important question, that what exactly control statement is. No answer. See, if I'm writing any program, let's say write some program into this, okay? So what set of code we may write here? Suppose I'm writing a class here, especially in case of Java, something called as after writing the class hello, I'm writing in that some variable declarations we may have, some blocks we may have, some, again, as I'm saying, that is the let's say one word of show methods you are having, and in this now, here we are writing some of the lines of the statements as I am writing again and again into this. And when you are writing these all statements here, so suppose what I want to, these all are the, you can say, line of code, some line of code you have written. That is, you can just name it out, even 1, let's say 2, 3, 4, 5, n number of lines of codes you have written. What do I want to do in this first? In this, what I want to do first, as I'm creating the object of this class here, hello h1 is equal to new hello, I'm creating this object of that corresponding class. And associated with that, I am calling a method called as the show method. I am calling into this. Well, now here one thing which you need to understand, like let's say when I am calling a show method, is that can you control at present the processing of the corresponding given lines inside the method show, processing of the given lines which we have written inside this. So can we control this at present? No, we cannot control at all. We cannot write it something like this. We cannot control this. What we cannot control at present? We cannot control this flow of execution and something like that, which means that at present we don't have any control over the programs what I have written. Control over the program means that according to our choice, we cannot process a line number once, twice, line number 2, maybe thrice, or line number 3, I want to skip it. We cannot do all that things at present. So see, if this is the basic requirement, then we are not able to do some task based on certain conditions. And definitely when we wanted to process some of the specific lines for some specific number of times, and some lines for some means we wanted to skip it based on some conditions. So at present we cannot do anything like that. What we are going to do with the help of control statement, with help of control statement. So what is control statement? As again I am repeating this question. Control statement is used to control the flow of execution of your program. It is used to control the flow of execution of your program. Control statement, whatever you are writing here, is used to control the flow of execution of your program. That is the main benefit of control statement, what we are writing in these cases. Okay. Now if in this when we say, so here first, depending on your requirements, there are the different types of control statements are available here. So I am writing that is first types of control statements. Types of control statements inside this I am writing. In this, the very first thing which I am writing is conditional control statement. Here I am writing here conditional control statement. Second one I am writing that is the unconditional control statement. Or you can say this is the third one, and second one what you can write is the looping control statement. We have written all that thing. So one is the conditional control statement, looping control statement, and unconditional control statement we are writing inside. In this now, when I'm saying the first one is the conditional control statement, what is that I'm writing is the conditional control statement. So this particular control statement is used to control the set of code what you have written. I'm repeating again. These control statements is used to control the set of code based on the specific conditions, whatever you have given on that. Whatever you have given on that. That is what we will call basically as a control statement. That's what we are going to call this one as a control statement. That this is particular one is the control statement. Okay. So in that control statement we have a certain one is the if we have, and the second one which was there here switch we have. This is the two types of conditional control statements are available at this time. When I'm talking about the conditional control statement, so in that syntax as I'm writing, what is the syntax as I'm trying to write in the conditional control statement? First, I'm writing if. Here, some condition as I'm writing, some condition, and then some statement I'm writing. I'm writing here some condition, if some condition I am writing inside this, and based on this condition here we are writing some of the statement inside this. If I am writing here some condition and then statement, so based on the result of this corresponding condition, the statement is going to be processed. Whatever condition results comes, condition result which may be either true or false. Based on this one, based on these conditions like true and false, based on these conditions true or false, the statement processing depends on the processing of the if. Like if condition you have given something and then statement is processing and then something like that. So if whatever the condition we are giving, if it is satisfied, then the statement which is there inside this if is going to be processed, or else not, it will come out of that. In the same way, or in that the parallel manner, here I can write some more conditions if I am writing, and in that some statement as I have written, else I am writing some more statement, I have written one more statement here. So well, I am writing statement 1 and then I am writing statement 2 here. So if condition I am writing here, if condition I have given, some condition I have given, in that statement 1 we are printing here well, and after that here the next is the condition which I am giving here is the else statement 2 I am giving. This is also one condition which we are writing. Okay, so the condition whatever has been satisfied, given condition satisfied in this case, if this is satisfied, then this statement 1 is going to be processed, or else it is going to process the 2. Like that we can write if inside if, we can write else inside else, and we can write the many other, which is the nested if else statements which is there, we can write it inside that. There won't be any problem in that case. Okay, so n number of other you can say that is the statements and all other sort of things which is there, you can write it into that case. Okay, next here, as just related to these all conditions itself, I'll be showing something to you. So this is one if else condition here. So let me write one program for you, one program as I wanted to write. So here I'm just writing, that is the online class. In this particular online class, I'll just write one program. I'm writing class, let's say class something called as the JTC. It's suppose 4 class as I'm writing, and here I'm writing kind of public static void main in this string of which one now, arg I'm writing. Here I'm writing this string of arg inside this. Well, now after writing the string of arg something inside this, I'm writing some condition here. If, let's say I'm writing here the true, then I'm writing system.out.println inside this, that is the if statement as I'm writing. Else, here also I'm writing some system.out.println, that is a simple one, that is else part as I'm writing inside this. This is a very basic one which I'm writing inside this, and I'll just try to save it in this one here. Here into this portion I'm writing, that is the online class, and inside this online class test or let's write here jtc4.java. inside this one I'm saving, and here also as I've saved it. Here I'm opening the command prompt. Into that online class, into this now I'm writing jtc4.java. I'll just now try to run it. What we are getting, that is the if statement. I have given a very clear, I'm just trying to show you the basic processing of if and else here. Very basic processing. Let's say, so see what happens here, that is not mandatory that you must write the curly braces here. It is not at all mandatory that you should write the curly braces here. Remember one point. What will happen when you are not writing any of the curly braces? So if you are not writing any curly braces, then the immediate line after the if will be considered inside the for loop. Sorry, if and if you are writing other lines, so that won't be considered inside the if. And similarly also else, after the else will consider only one statement inside the else part, or else other things if you are writing, let's say just I'm writing here something called as the checking control statements. I have written a very simple thing into this. Here I am writing something. We got it here, something called as the if statement, checking control statements. We got it here, something we have written here. Okay, you see, understand one point, that is, it is not coming under the else part. Here it is the true, and then also it is something is being processed here. So that's just simple. I'm showing you the if, or else we'll see the many different examples on the basis of if and all things. Okay. Now in the same one, if you want that a number of statements has to be processed based on the if or else condition, whatever you are giving inside that, so that you can specify the curly braces. Let's say if I have given here the curly braces, what is going to happen? If I am giving the curly braces, what is going to happen inside this? So here I am writing JTC, which one now? It's a JTC 4. I am writing JTC 4. I am writing into this. And after writing the JTC 4, I am writing here JTC 4 inside that if statement it is coming here. And now, if see here itself, if I am just trying to do something into this, here if I am writing, let's suppose if what if I write here 0, what is going to happen if I am writing the 0 here? If I am writing this in Java, note it here. If you can note it down here, that I am writing something, note. In Java, 0 or 1 will not be considered as Boolean value. In Java, only true and false self is the Boolean value. This is only the Boolean value. Other than that, nothing else. And so inside the if one, if I am writing here, if anything I am writing here, if I am writing here, so here inside the if, you must have to write the conditional part which should return either true or false. It must be returning something called as the true or false itself. Other than true and false, it is not means that will not return anything else. So that must be there, that it's something it should return either that is the true or something called as the false it must return. So true and false, any kind of relational expressions also may return something called as the true and false. I'll show you how this is returning. Now see here in this, if in the same place I am writing int a is equal to 10, int of b is equal to something called as the 20, I am writing. A is less than which one now I am writing? B I am writing. A is less than something called as the B I am writing inside this. Fine. So whenever you have written A is less than B inside this, so here what I am just trying to get here, see that some condition I have written. So it is a relational expressions and it always returns some Boolean value. So that is only the sort of things which you can write inside the if condition here, right? And let's see here, I'm trying to get it again, and again like here I'm getting the output, something if statement we have got it inside this. Now there are the many different types of statements we can write and all things. See here. Now I'm coming to your documents which I have already given to you, and from here we can look for something here. What is that? As I'm going to just have a look on this. Okay. Here's the most of the control statements which I have written here. So the first one was the looping control statement and conditional control statement, and something which we are getting here, control statements in this. So in that here, first one I am writing conditional control statement. So if it is there, what is the condition? And then here, as already I have explained it here. Here also some nested if-else conditions as I have given here, and the next inside this also one program which I have given. Based on this, we can see that here this is also one program which I am giving inside this. What you can do is, we can take it down as it is. I am taking it out as it is. I am just doing the something called as the copy paste so that it will take less time. Inside this, what we are doing here, first, understand here that is the JTC5 something I am writing, public class JTC5 inside this. So what is the first? See here what I just want, what I want to do in this. What I want to do here. In this one, I am writing that is the if else I am writing into this. Here something like that as I have written. So int of, what is next now? I1 is equal to integer dot parse int args of 0, 1 and all you are writing here. So here we have given some condition, and based on this condition we are applying here the AND operator, which means that it is going to return some kind of boolean value itself here, right? And based on that, if I am saving it, so let's save it by the JTC5 dot something called as the Java, and I am saving it here. Fine. In this itself, Java JTC5 dot, which one now? It's in Java. I am writing Java. I am just writing here, and then JTC5 as I am getting here. Okay. It is giving array index out of bound exception. Why it is giving array index out of bound exception? Because we have written the program something like this. Here we are expecting at the 0th position, first and second. So let's give some value from the command line. So I am writing 1122 and something called as the 33 as I have written, something the 444 which we are getting the greatest means the value, the number which is greater number that it is giving inside this. So hope you are getting this condition, that what basic simple condition as I have written inside this, and you are able to understand how this if else all sort of things is working into that. Now if you have any kind of questions related to all that things, you can ask again. Here you see that the same program which I was trying to show you, that here inside this I is equal to 0 we are writing. When I am writing I is equal to 0, so as same thing when we are trying to see here. So first what happens that in Java, as I told, that 0 and 1 which is there will not be considered as an false. It won't be considered as an true or false. It won't be considered as an boolean value. So that's the reason here we are getting some error also, that unresolved compilation error, mismatch convert something it is giving here. So just again you can go through here. I have given in the notes that in Java 0 and 1 is not equivalent to either true or false. In case of if you must have provide some relational, in that case you must have to provide some relational expression which gives either true or false. This is what you can understand about the if condition, that what exactly if is working and how exactly if is working into that. Now if you are getting any questions or you are getting any doubts, you can ask in this related to the if. If you are getting any questions, any one of you are getting any questions related to the if, you can ask. No questions? Well, next one, I'm moving to the switch one. Okay. The question what she is asking is, what is parse int? The question is, what is the parse int here? See that. Here anything which we see, what is this args? And why we are writing this args of 0, 1 and 2 and something like this? Exactly anything when you type on the command prompt. Let's say here you are giving some values, like here 111222444, you have given the n number of other values inside this, and we may provide some other values also here. We can provide the other values inside this. So if I am providing the different types of value in the different forms, different ways, I am providing these different values. So if I am providing these different values, first of all, the very first thing, it goes and it stores into this string args, which is the main method parameter. But whatever it takes from the command line, it is there in the form of string. It is there in the form of string, and exactly we don't need string is in this specific case. We need something short of integer. So in order to convert from the string to the integer inside and see here, what is this integer? It's a wrapper class. This integer particularly what we have is a wrapper class. So let's see that what exactly wrapper class is. See here, I'm showing you java p java dot something lang dot integer as I have written here. Fine. Now when I have written something called as the integer here, when I'm writing something called as the integer here, so that is the max value as well as the min value, something I'm writing inside this. Max value as well as the min value, both I have written inside this. Fine. When I'm writing max value as well as the min value here, something called as the max value as well as the min value I have written inside this. So what is going to happen here now? See here, the max value and the, but again other than that, inside this there is the integer dot parse int, which means that parse int, there must be a method. See here, this is one method which is a parse int method, and it is a static method. So as such we don't know what exactly static is, but later on we will discuss what is the static. So at this time you just understand that if it is a static, it can be called, it can be accessed directly by the name of class. So if it can be accessed directly by the name of class, so we can call it directly here integer dot something called as the parse int method, we can call it. That's what we are doing in this particular one. Here we have called integer dot parse int. What it is doing is it is taking this input and this string as an input, and it is converting into the form of integer. That's what the parse int method is doing. And generally you will find that the most of the wrapper classes which is there are having these all methods. Most of the wrapper classes are having this sort of things inside this. So hope it is okay. If not okay, you will understand more later in the further topics, upcoming topics into this case. Yeah, your question is integer class and int data type? Yes, you are right, Satya. The question what you have asked is that the question here, what says asking question, is that all of you are able to see the question here? I have just written in front of you all. Okay. So hope so you might be able to see this. So this is the question. So what she is asking, that is that, or ultimately what she is trying to ask, you can say integer and int. See, yes, you are right, Satya. Int is the data type, or it's a primitive data type. Primitive data type, whereas integer is the wrapper class. Integer is the wrapper class. Yes, it is the class, and that's the wrapper class which I have shown. So in this particular wrapper class itself, we have one method. What we have one method? Integer is the wrapper class, which inside this itself we have one method called as parse int method. And this parse int method is taking the, see what it is taking the as an input, what it is taking here. It is taking as a string as an parameter here. So that's the string parameter we are taking here, and we are converting. So see here, this is the string parameter, we are taking it and converting it to the type of int inside this case. Is that okay? Okay. So any other question? So yes, of course you are right. I'll say once again, Yes, you are right. The class which is there, it is the int which is there is a primitive data type, whereas integer is something called as the wrapper class, and that wrapper classes will come later on in the further topics. Next, to this itself, what next we will see? What next we are going to understand? What next, as I'm trying to explain here. Now we are just going for the, which one now? Switch. What is the switch into this? See, when I'm talking about the switch here, see that. The switch when I'm writing here, so see what is that switch? Switch something whenever we are writing, it is something like, here first I'll write the switch statement, one syntax I'll write here. Let me write one syntax for the switch. Switch. You are writing here some case you are writing, and particularly inside this case number you are writing, case 1 let's say you are writing, and into that statement 1 break case 2 statement 2. Here is the break you have written, and that's the case 3 statement, something short of the 3 you have written, and you are writing that is the break inside this. Ultimately, after this, what you are writing is the default statements as I have written here. This is the default statements I am writing into this case. So the case 1 statement 1, case 2 statement 2, case 3. Now whichever case number given here is matching with this particular case numbers, that corresponding statement is going to be processed. That corresponding statement going to be processed. Remember that the cases what you are writing, whatever the cases you are writing here, these all cases are that must be the constant. These all cases whatever you are writing must be the specific constants into this. Okay. When that cases are the constants, so we must have to write the cases in this particular manner itself, so that it is going to be the constant in that case. Okay. Now let's write one example for this case here. Here I'm writing, now see, I'm writing one more class. It's in class is the JTC. Suppose I'm writing the 7 is the name of the class, and inside this here, that's the public static void main, and many new things which is introduced for the switch cases from the Java 7 and all. So int I is equal to integer dot parse int of arg. Here is the 0 I'm writing into this. I'm writing switch something here. In the switch I am writing I, case 1, system.out.println, it's 1, break, case 2, system.out.println, that is something called as the 2 I am writing. Next write it here, default, and into this invalid case. What I'm writing is the invalid cases as I am writing inside this. Next, inside this, when I'm writing or when I'm talking about the invalid case and something like that, here, this is the invalid case number, something I have written into this. So see here, first is I'm saving this program by the 7.java as I have saved it here. So what do I do? What did to do into this case? I'm writing JDBC 7.java. When I'm writing, it is giving some error. So let's see here. This is the error what particularly we are getting into this. Into this I have written here, that is integer.parseInt of something called as the argf0 we are writing. Here JDBC 7 I am writing, and in this I am writing, that is the 2 I am writing in here. Here that is the 2 I am writing. What is happening here? 2 you have given something here. So what happens to this now? 2 when you are giving, so it is going in the 0th index, and that I am using here. So 2 is matching to the second case, so the second case is printing here. At the same time now, if I am writing here at the place of this one 4 I am writing, so it is giving invalid case because none of the statements are there which is matching with the case 4. No, none of these statements are matching with this case number 4. So it's giving that is the invalid case number, which means that if the specified things which is there is not found, then it gives the case or that corresponding case is not matching and corresponding case is not working and all other sort of things. Now, in this one itself, what do I want to do now next? So here see that first of all, let's understand note. I'm writing here the note. In note, what I wanted to write here, that in switch, or else here I'll just show you in the notes. Here see that this is the notes which I have written here. And yes, if you are not writing break, then what will happen? If you are not writing break here in this, the question is, what if I will not write the break? Let's comment this. What if I will not write the break? I'm not writing the break here. What if I'm not writing the break into this? So if I am not writing the break, JDBC 7 Java C, JDBC 7 I am writing, 7.java I am writing, Java JDBC 7 I am writing, and inside this something called as the 1 I am giving. See, you are getting all the outputs. As per the given program, you are expecting that output should be only the 1 itself here. The output should be what you are expecting, it should be this only, but exactly this is not the output. You are getting all the 3 outputs here. So break, what it is doing, that it is giving you the desired output, which means that it is taking control out of the corresponding one. This is what exactly the break is doing here. See, here I have written one more example, and that's the thing which I have shown you. Here some questions are there. Can you write default statement anywhere inside switch? Yes, we can write default statement anywhere inside switch. Can I write the default statement more than 1? Like here, the question what it is, that can we write more than 1 default statement inside the switch? Answer is no, we cannot write more than 1 default statement inside the switch here. We are not allowed to write this more than 1 default statement inside the switch into this case. Next one here is that you just see the output. See, can I duplicate the case labels? No, you cannot duplicate the case labels. Remember that you cannot duplicate the case labels here. See that. So this is the examples which I have given, and on this it is for the practice purpose which you all will be practicing it. Here the question is, what I was asking is that what all different data types are allowed for the switch? What all different data types are allowed in switch? what all the different data types which is there is allowed inside the switch. I wanted to know. Okay. So here is the answer which I have given into this. It's a very precise, because see, if I'll write it and something like that, I will be showing you, it will take much time. So it's a very simple in the NIT. Still JDK 1.4, byte, short, int and char only is allowed inside the switch. Remember it. But from JDK 1.5, enum is also allowed inside the switch. And from JDK 1.7, string is also allowed inside the switch. It's a complete thing which I have given. At present, we don't know what exactly enum is, but we will discuss enum very soon. But whenever you are using enum inside the switch statement, remember one point, that all the cases what you are writing inside the switch must be the valid enum constant. Here at present, I am just showing you one example here related to all that. Related to this complete switch programs, I have given one program here. I have just written this one program. Hope you can understand it. If not, we will discuss what is switch and what is its statements and all processing later on into this. So this is the n number of different there are some sample codes which I have given. Again, you can try it out, what exactly and what is the use. Can we write nested switch? Yes, we can write the nested switch and all other sort of things. We can write all that. Again, after this here, I'm writing here. So as I told here you just from my side, it is one example for you. Okay, just go through this example. It's a very good example. At least you will come to know many concepts here, right? So why I'm commenting and here all this anyways. So looping control statement is the next one we will discuss next here. But before that, you must have to understand this all switch, how it is being processed and what all the different processes and all other things related to the switch it is there here, right? So anyone of you are having any question again? Any questions? Anyone? Okay, no questions. The question here is, why does the default statement not requires a break statement? See, it's not like default statement does not require a break statement. We have written everywhere the break statement here. It was the last statement here or anywhere. So that's the reason we are not writing the break at any point of time. You see here. Here there is no benefit of writing the break. Are you getting my point? I'm just writing here. So if we do something like that here, I'm compiling it. And after the compilation here, we write it 1. So it's okay. But at the same time, if suppose I'm writing here 6, invalid case. Now you see here, this one I'm typing, I'm just writing at the first. I'm writing at the first here. So see here now. Now I am compiling this program again. I have compiled this program. And after compilation 1 I am writing here. Okay. Now see here. If in this case also, I'll write something here and I'm writing 6. So what it is? Invalid case and again 1. So see why we have written break over there, it was because just it should not repeat. So here also I am writing the break. When I have written the break, now you see the output. So it's not, we cannot say that whether default statement requires or not required the break and all other things. Here, okay, let me compile it once. And once when I have compiled it, you see the output what we are getting. Invalid statement inside this. Okay. Now again inside this, if you write 2, we are getting the proper output which is there as an 2 in this case. Is that okay? Any questions again? See, now these all videos which is there will be uploaded even on the YouTube's also, so you can go through that here. Okay. So, okay, now for today, I'll just finish it off. This all when I'm going bit slow, I know, and that is only for today. We are going again from the Monday. We will be going bit, you can say that is the fastly, and here I'm just waiting to come for the oops concepts. Okay. So here again, just you go through this all things. We'll be discussing next is the looping control statement and all other things in these cases here, right? What is the for loop, what is the while loop, what is the do while loops, and all other things here which we will be discussing in that, right? So if any questions you are getting, any doubt you are getting, you can ask. No questions? Okay, thank you. Saturday and Sunday there won't be any class. Next class we will see on Monday. Okay, thank you guys. Thanks a lot.